Hello, it's John here from the Body Engineers, and in today's workout I've got a 20-minute workout where we're going to be focusing on lower body exercises and abdominal exercises. So we're going to be alternating between the two, and we've got 8 rounds in total. So we're going to do roughly 4 exercises. It's going to be more focused towards the lower body, quads, hamstrings, glutes, and then 4 exercises where we're going to be focusing a bit more on the abdominals. So we're going to do 45 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds of rest, and we're going to do 2 rounds, so you'll get a little break in between each round, and this should all be done in 20 minutes. This is a really cool workout that you can do from essentially anywhere, from at home, outside, and so it's just a great little routine to do just to energize yourself, like if you're sitting at a desk, and so you could do it at lunchtime or any time like that when you just need to move. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with reverse lunges, alternating, and they're going to be in a more like a faster pace. So we're going to try and do everything a little bit faster to get the heart rate going and the blood pumping a bit. So I've got my timer here. We're going to start 45 seconds with the alternating reverse lunges in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So alternating reverse lunges, so you're keeping the knee over the foot, and then we're doing this as fast as you can. So obviously make sure you're warmed up beforehand, and that everything, it's probably best to do this kind of thing in a warm-up round first. And then we're just trying to do this as fast as we can. Alternating side to side, pushing through the front foot, driving into the ground. So you're really trying to activate the glutes, pushing the floor away. That's it. So we've got just over 5 seconds, and then we're going to go into a crunch with side bend next, which I'll show you in a second, and rest there. So now we're going back onto the floor. We're going to go into a crunch position, so you're just going to lie on your back, cross your arms, and then you're going to crunch up and then side bend. So you have your hands by your sides. You crunch, try and reach your foot, then you can go back. You can either rest at the bottom, crunch up, side bend, so you're just trying to touch the other foot now, and then back again, crunch right up, side bend, squeeze, or if you want to make it harder, just stay up, so stay in that crunch position, go back to the middle, just crunch up again, side and side. You could just alternate side to side, just making sure you're really squeezing. That's it. Really starting to feel it in the abdominals now. If you need a rest, you can go down, come back up, and rest there. And then we're going to go into an alternating single leg glute bridge. We're going to stay on your back for this. So this one is where you could have the arms out, is the easier way. So you're just driving up, squeezing the glutes, and then you're just switching sides. So this is more for the hamstrings and glutes. Similar with the reverse lunge really, but it's a lot less of quads involved in this, virtually nothing. So driving into the floor, squeezing the glutes. So again, this is another pretty low impact exercise. Should feel a lot better on your knees and hips compared to doing speed squats or squats or any kind of lunge. You'll feel better on the joints compared to those exercises. So you're just trying to go as fast as you can, driving at the top. You can also just pause at the top, really get that last bit of extension, then switch, drive up. That's it. And then we're going to go into a side plank. So we need a mat for this, if you have one, just for your elbow. And then we're going to go into a side plank. So you can have the elbow underneath the shoulder, stack the feet. You're going to come up into a side plank. Make sure your hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. You're going down a little bit and then driving up, squeezing underneath, and then down, drive up, really squeeze your abs. Now if this is too challenging, you could just hold the side plank at the top like this, or you can go on the knees and do the same thing. You're just squeezing here. You could just lower yourself a little bit and down if that makes it a little bit easier, or if you can manage the full side plank, then you can do it this way as well. Just make sure you keep your shoulders right back as well, because that really helps to engage the erector spinae at the back as well. And then, sorry, I forgot, we were going to switch sides as well. So you may do that alternating, which we'll do in the next round. And then we're going to go into a burpee push-up. So for this one, you're going to need some push-up handles. And let's go. So we're going down into a plank and then into a push-up, driving the legs up. And then you can add a jump squat in there if you like. So down, push up, up. Just make sure as you kick the legs back, that you're keeping your abs tight. Don't let the hips drop. And also, if you want to do it slower, you can just do one leg at a time and then just come straight up. You don't have to do the jump squat. And you don't have to do a push-up as well if you want to make it easier. A few more seconds. That's it. This is a good little cardio exercise. And rest there. And then we're going to go into a single arm plank in 5 seconds. So with this one, have both of the handles together, set the feet a bit wider apart, and then you're just going to hold your hip, hold this position for 5 seconds, and then switch, hold this position again. Just make sure you're not rotating, you keep your hips square to the floor. Squeeze, and then switch, hold it, and then switch. 20 seconds left. Hold, and then switch. Hold, 10 seconds. And then we're going into speed squats next. And back on your feet, good job. So just shake it out a little bit. We've got 2 more exercises and then we get a little break. So we've got speed squats and reverse crunch for the last one. So in a few seconds and let's go. So speed squats, you're having the feet shoulder width apart and then feet turned out. And then so you're just doing a normal squat, but you're just going as fast as you can, keeping control, making sure the knees go over the feet. And then there's good alignment. So if the knees are coming in too much, then you might want to adjust slightly, either go a bit slower, or you could do maybe a stationary lunge. A few more seconds. And if you want to make this harder, you could do little jump squats, like little pulses, small little jumps. It doesn't have to be too high. Good, and then shake it out a little bit. We've got 1 more exercise, so we're going to go onto the floor. You can use a mat if you wish. You're going to place your hands underneath your lower back. Bring the legs up. Relax the lower legs, and you're just trying to squeeze your abs. Just till your sacrum comes off your hands. And then let it go down again. Pause. And then slowly back. Hold. And then slowly back again. So you're relaxing the lower leg as much as you can. Just remember, you're not trying to move the leg on the pelvis. It's the pelvis that's moving only, and that's moving the legs. That's one of the biggest things to watch out for when doing this exercise, because otherwise it can feel too easy and you don't feel your abs. You're really trying to find that squeeze. It's a really small movement, and rest there. All right, good job guys. So we've got a little break and then we're going to do the second round following the same sequence of exercises. I'll see you in a second. Hello guys, it's John here and welcome to the second round of this workout. So we're going to go back to reverse lunges, starting in 3, 2, 1. And let's go. So alternating reverse lunges. So again, if the first round was a bit easy, then you can add some weight to make it more challenging and trying to go as fast as you can. Now if you want to make it harder, then just don't fully come up. Keep the knee bent. Whoop. Make sure you keep your balance. As fast as you can. Just keep the control. Really driving the foot into the ground as much as you can. 20 seconds. And then we're going into the crunch with a side bend. That's it. Good, keep the pace up. 5, 3, a few more seconds, and rest there. And then we're gonna go down onto the ground. So now to the crunch and side bend in 5 seconds. So what we're doing is we're crunching up, and then you're just trying to reach with one hand to the same side foot. So it's crunch up, reach, and then back, crunch, and then reach. And you don't have to rest your head on the ground or your body on the ground unless you really need to. If you're trying to make it harder, try and keep attention in the abs the whole time. So you can re-engage, just make sure you get right to the top, and then side bend, crunch, side bend, crunch. That's it. Keep going. A few more seconds. And then we've got the single leg glute bridge next, so you're gonna stay on the ground. So for the single leg glute bridge, you can either have the arms crossed or the arms by your side. You just bring in the leg right up to your backside as close as you can. Bring it into the middle a bit more, and then you're just driving into the ground, getting that full extension, squeeze for a few seconds, back down, then you're gonna switch to the other side. So this one's a bit easier in terms of its, like ability to get your heart rate going, but it's really good for activating the glutes and hamstrings, and is a really good low impact exercise to do when you don't have any equipment. So squeeze and then switch. Also, if you want to make it easier, you can just do a double leg glute bridge like this. It's going to be a lot easier. If you want to make this even harder, you could rest your upper back on a bench and do the upper body elevated glute bridge. Good, and then we're gonna do the side plank. So last time I didn't do it alternating, but we wanna do this in an alternating fashion. So you can kind of do 2 or so reps on one side and then switch. So make sure your hips stacked, shoulders stacked, going down, up, squeeze, down, and then up. And then you're just bringing your forearm where your other forearm is, switch to the other side, and then you're going down and up. Couple of reps, and then you just switch to the other side. Stacking the feet, stacking the hips, keeping everything in alignment. Squeeze at the top. You should feel this right in your obliques, the side here, your abs as well, a little bit, but more for the obliques. A few more reps, and then switch. Good. Down, up, down, up. Good job. And then you put the mat to the side. Then we've got the burpee, either with a push-up or without a push-up, and with a jump squat at the top if you wish. So we're just bringing the handles down, keep the legs back, keep the abs tight, push up, you can back in and jump squat. So you can do it with or without the push-up if you like. And try and do it as fast as you can. That's it. Good. That's it. Keep going. Few more seconds. Last few. And rest there. Good job. So then we've got the single arm plank next. So you're going to use the handles again, if you have them. Bring them together, feet wider apart. And then you're holding a single arm plank. And then switch sides, hold. Make sure you keep your hips square to the floor. Squeeze the abs. Hard after doing the burpees. Few more seconds. Hold, keep everything nice and tight. Squeeze the abs as hard as you can. Pause, and then switch. Pause. Good job. Okay, back onto your feet. So now we've got the speed squats, and then the reverse crunch to finish. So a few seconds, break, 3, 2, 1, and then we're doing speed squats. So feet shoulder width apart, toes turning out. Make sure the knees are going over the feet so that keep proper alignment, you don't get any unwanted stress in the knee. Drive through the floor. So for some people you might find like a more narrow stance feels better. For me, I know that a wider one feels better for me. And you want to make sure that you're keeping a neutral spine as well when you're going down, to keep the chest nice and tall. That's it. And again, you can add weights if you want to make it harder. Good. A few more seconds and rest there. So last exercise, reverse crunch. So you're going to go back onto the floor. Hands underneath the lower back. Legs up, but relax the lower legs. If you don't want to be using your quads at all and your hip flexors, it's just your abs. So you're just trying to initiate the movement by squeezing your abs, rolling, just so your sacrum comes off your hands. So pause, slowly down. If this doesn't feel good for you, you could just do a regular front crunch like this. Otherwise, you can do this version. This is a lot more challenging compared to a reverse crunch, and if you have some lower back problems, it may not be the best thing to do. So pause, slowly down. Hold, slowly back. That's it, and rest. Okay, good job guys. So that is the end of this little workout. Obviously, if you want to do more rounds, you can. Feel free to stop this video and replay it, and then you can maybe do 1 or 2 more rounds extra. But that is the end of this little routine. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe at the bottom and let me know what you think, and I'll see you very soon.
The Body Engineers.